down this way.
Hello there. Okay.
Right, take a seat, Joe. Over there.
Beautiful. I'm going to sit here. Hello.
Have a drink. And welcome aboard.
Well, I needed it. Hey, Martin.
For coming aboard. We'd like, obviously, to hear the story from yourself. But first of all, what is the one thing that's running through your mind as you've stepped off that boat, knowing that Miami is so very near? Are you proud of this? Are you relieved?
Well, I know that Miami was so very near for 3 weeks that I've been waiting for you guys to arrive here. But I'm obviously very pleased. I think what I have done was not easy, and it took just about everything I could give to do it. And I'm pleased with myself. And well, I've never been a very modest guy. I'm bloody proud of myself for doing it. And that's all.
You said that this took everything you've got. You've strained the whole lot. You've really put everything you've had into this.
Well, I had to put everything I had and a bit more, otherwise...
Really?
Not really. I'm a lone wolf by inclination, and I was very busy all the same. Never had the opportunity really of feeling lonely, but I usually enjoy myself with my own company, you know. I mean, I'm a person who is completely self-confident. I'm very happy with myself, with what I am, what I'm doing. I have no complexes of inferiority or anything. You know, I mean, I'm just a happy guy, and therefore I just don't have any problems. That's all.
Was there any point when you thought that you might not make it?
I never thought I might not make it. I mean, I thought it could be very difficult. I knew it was going to be very difficult. It was a lot harder than I thought, I must confess. But the main thing about me is that I never give up. I know that, and I knew when I started that I either would make it or I would kill myself.
Right at the beginning, when it looked very much to us as though the whole thing was going completely haywire, because you appeared to be going totally in the wrong direction, going due south when you should have...
Going in the wrong direction, because I had, from the very beginning, very strong westerly winds. I was going west, and I was rowing, I was not sailing. Now, anybody who has, in his life, rowed a boat, knows what it is like to row against a contrary wind. If you imagine a contrary wind of about 30-35 miles against you in the open ocean, rowing on your own a boat that at the time weighed more than a ton. But you just can imagine what it was like to fight against it. And it was all I could do just to prevent myself from being swept onto the coast of Africa. And I think that was really the hardest part as far as rowing is concerned, because I did an average of about 5 miles a day, and sometimes I did 5 miles backwards, sometimes more. I knew I was going wrong, and I can tell you one thing. After a whole month of rowing my guts out, and I looked at the chart and I saw that I was about 200 miles from the Canary Islands, south of the Canary Islands. That means I still had to go the whole way to go west.
Those early setbacks when you
Yeah,
didn't seem to be making the right way, but there was one moment when I think we thought that things were going even worse, and that was when you apparently threw overboard most of your food. Why'd you do that?
Well, that was another turning point on the trip. It was a hell of a decision to make, and I made it because I was going very slowly, and to make Miami I had to be here before the hurricane season. As it is, I just about made it. Now the boat was...
I don't know yet. Seems to be.
Yeah. I was doing about 20 miles per day. This is considering drifting. She was just too heavy for me to row. And I just had to make up my mind. Either I lighted her, and I was therefore able to arrive to Miami, or I had to satisfy myself with just crossing the Atlantic, and that meant getting anywhere, South America, Barbados, anywhere. But I wanted to get to Miami, by God, and Florida was my obsession. Therefore, I took the chance of my life, you may say, and I threw away everything, and ship, it was a Russian ship, as a matter of fact, about 20.
Can we at this stage perhaps turn away from the actual routine of how you got across and think of some sort of typical day, of the sort of things that could happen to you in a day? Now, for instance, May the 21st, you had your 32nd birthday, was it, at sea?
32nd birthday, that's right.
Tell
That
us
was
what-
the first day by a wave. I was at the time uncorking the only brandy bottle I had on board to toast myself. And I had been going a very strong gale for about 6 months. In fact, that same gale eventually overtook the Virgin Islands and surrounding islands, and they declared a state of emergency around there. Well, it was stronger than a gale. It was a storm, winds force 8, 9. I was lying broadside to the waves, and well, on rough weather she was like a submarine, and this wave, just as I uncorked the bottle and was about to drink, I saw this wave coming at me about 15 feet high. And, you know, she usually just went up like a cork. But this wave just, I saw it breaking right on top of me. I just stood there like looking at it, unable to do anything. I mean, I couldn't do anything about it. And she broke right on top of me. Now, if you ever have been on a beach and have been hit by a wave, a breaking wave, you can have an idea what it was for a 15-foot wave.
It really
To
slams down.
break on top of you, just the crest breaking on top of you. I was smashed around the boat. I hurt my feet. My leg was all blue. And the next thing I knew, I was in the sea, still clinging to the bottle for dear life. And with my thumb on the top to prevent it from getting any seawater, it got seawater. I couldn't drink that brandy.
Picture we get of you, of all that you've told us, is of a real professional tough guy. You seem to be quite extraordinary in that you've been able to survive all this. For example, what about this incident with the shark? This seems to typify just how tough you've got to be.
Well, it was not really toughness. I mean, I was surprised by it. There was damn all I could do about it, really. I was scraping the bottom of Britannia. You mind if I relax now?
For heaven's sake, go ahead.
I was scraping the bottom of Britannia. She had about an inch of barnacles on, and it was slowing me down. So I had to do the job. I went underneath and started scraping the bottom. And all of a sudden, I was looking around all the time, mind you, because I have a lot of experience with sharks, and I know they are very unpredictable beasts. But I never thought I would be attacked by one, to be honest. Well, all of a sudden I just looked around, and there was this bloody mako. That's called a white shark or a man killer also, and they're about the most dangerous ones. In fact, I never thought I would get one around those latitudes, but there it was. You never can tell about sharks. I saw him coming about 15 yards from me, about 45 degrees from the bottom. And the first thing I thought is like a flash. I mean, I can't really explain it. You don't really think about those things. You just instinctively know. I just knew that if I tried to climb on board, my legs would be left dangling, and just about the ideal bait for a shark to grab at. So all I could do instinctively, I didn't think about it, was just to flatten myself against the bottom, pull out my knife, and just pray. I mean, I didn't pray because I'm not religious. I just hoped the shark would go away. But for the first time of my experience, this bloody beast just came straight at me. And because I was flattened against the boat, it couldn't go on, obviously, to bite me. So as I was here, say, this is the boat, the shark came like this. As it came just a half a yard from me, it swerved, giving me its belly. Now, before it swerved, I already was going down with my knife, trying to hit him on the nose, because the nose is the most sensible part of the shark, and that was my target as it was coming in. He turned around like this, and as my hand went down, it hit him right under the mouth, in the belly, which is the soft part, and my knife was very sharp at the time. And, well, it went right in. This is the first time I have killed a shark with a knife. I hope I have killed him. Underwater, by the way.
Yeah.
My knife went right in, and the moment it went in, it just was like the world exploded around me. You know, it was just a burst of fury and energy exploding right beside me, and the shark just swam away and ripped himself right open. And it's not my doing. I mean, I hit him, and as he swam away, my knife just slid alongside his underbelly and ripped him all the way down. I mean, I saw before he went all his entrails hanging out. But before he left, I mean, as he left, you know, fishes move their tail. He hit me with the tail right over here, and all my arm and shoulder were sore after. In fact, in this watch there should be a ring saying that the Greenwich time. It went off.
It went, yes. You said something to me that was very revealing during that answer. You said that you weren't a religious person, but there must have been something, some sort of belief.
I had never been a religious person, mind you. I was baptized in St. Peter's Cathedral in Rome as a Catholic, a Roman Catholic.
Yes.
I went to a nuns' college when I was a boy, and in my early ages I went to a Jesuit college.
Well, you're not a Roman Catholic, but there must have been something, some sort of belief that kept you going.
I don't believe in God. I mean, I don't believe there is a God. I don't believe there isn't a God. I just couldn't care less.